Yo guys, it's CFP. Welcome back to a brand new video. Welcome back to the channel. Today, come on! Fulham 0, Chelsea fucking 2. Come on! That's what I'm freaking talking about. So yeah, before we get into the review of the game, you know how the gist goes and everything like that. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you're notified every time I upload a video. Also, first link in the description is my second channel, so go and check that out. It'll be very much appreciated. And let's just dive straight into this because we've got a lot to talk about, obviously. You know, reviews, we always have a lot to talk about. It's really late as well, I can't even lie, so I'm going to have to keep my noise down a little bit. But Fulham 0, Chelsea 2. Chelsea get 3 points and make it 8 points out of 7. Yes! That's awful still, but still we're building momentum. Getting first. We beat Brighton like 2 or 3 days ago or 4 days ago, 1-0. That's a good result in the cup, in the Carabao Cup. And then now we gained the confidence from that result. Went on to this result against Fulham away in the Premier League, game week 7, get 3 points, and I'm hoping we're gaining momentum now. I'm hoping we're gaining momentum in gaining confidence, because we went into this game and straight away off the bat we looked confident. We haven't started a game confident ever since Liverpool. The Liverpool game was the only game until today that we actually started off confident and looked like a really good team and looked aggressive. And we started today, and I'm hoping we can build upon that and keep carrying on games like that, because that start that we had in the first half, magnifico, you know what I mean? Magnifico, key word today. Brilliant start to the game. Let's go through the lineup and before we review what happened, and then we're going to go through the player ratings. So let's start with the lineup. Pochettino went in goal with Robert Sanchez. He went Cucurella right back. The Sassy and Silva as your centre backs. Colwell left back. Enzo and Caicedo in your double pivot. I think it was Enzo and Caicedo in the double pivot. Gallagher as the cam. Mudryk off the left. Cole Palmer off the right, and Broja as a striker. And I'm glad. There's one thing I'm really happy with this lineup is I am so glad Pochettino went with Broja as a striker, because if we saw Sterling as the false 9 that I saw that was touted about before the game started and before the lineup was announced, I would have bleached my eyes before the game even started. I would have rather watched paint dry from the wall. I'm losing my voice. But yeah, that's the lineup we went with. I was a bit unhappy with Colwell as a left back, but oh well, do you know what I mean? And overall, decent lineup. So let's go off. In the first half, we started off brilliantly. Looked on it from the get-go, looked confident, looked aggressive, and everything like that. And it literally took us about 19 minutes. There was one chance in like the first 5 minutes. Broja got it, was offside. He went around the keeper and he skied it. He went around the keeper and he skied it. And I looked at this and I went, yeah, we've had a good first 5 minutes, but this is going to be the tale of today, isn't it? We're going to waste our chance and stuff like that. And I was a bit annoyed about Broja, but I let him off the hook because he's only just come back, so he's a bit rusty. But it only took us 20 minutes to get our first goal, and it came from none other than Mykhailo Mudryk, and I'm so happy for him. Yes, if you watch my videos and you're a fan of my videos and fan of my channel, you know, based off this season, I've been a bit critical of Mudryk because I expect a bit more. You know, he's arrived at the club for 60, 70, 80 million, I don't know what it is, it's between those three. And he has quality, we see it all the time, he has quality, you know, he has the talent and he has the hard work as well, but he's very inconsistent. For one thing he does good in the game, like he'll dribble past one player and then he'll misplace a pass by like 5 yards, like overhit it, you know what I mean? Like, he's a bit inconsistent, and he showed that today as well. He was a bit inconsistent again today, but he scored. He scored his first goal for Chelsea Football Club. Colwell has the ball and he chips it over the top. Mudryk in a striker's position, great control off the chest, and he just taps it past the keeper, megs the keeper, and it goes in. And I'm really happy for him. Like I was saying, I'm maybe critical of him, but I really want Mudryk to succeed at Chelsea. I really want to succeed in Chelsea, and he had a relatively okay game. If it wasn't for the goal, it would have been an average game. Let's be real here, but it's a big confidence boost for him. And in the second, we'll get into Mudryk at the half-time bit. But literally, 20 seconds after we score, we got more momentum going forward. A Fulham player, I think it was Reed or whatever his name is, I don't know, misplaces a pass. It goes straight into Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer, little pass through in between two Fulham defenders. And I think one of the Fulham defenders tries to clear it, but then it just gets a little bit of a touch off Broja's toe, and it flicks in, and Broja gets the goal, and Broja scores his first Chelsea goal this season on only a second Premier League game this season. Obviously his first ever official start for this season, because obviously he's been injured, and we're 2-0 up in sort of 21 minutes or something like that. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, let's go for 5, let's go for 10. It was like what I said in my preview yesterday. There's a commentator called Paul Merson. He said a team is going to be on the end of a Chelsea thrashing at some point soon. And I was actually thinking, today could be the game. But, the rest of the first half we looked good, but we kind of, we didn't take our foot off the pedal, but we did exactly what I said we was going to do. And we put a couple players behind the ball and didn't go all out. We just reserved that energy a little bit, you know what I mean? But we were still attacking ferociously and stuff out in that first half. And then, let's just say the half ends and we're about to get into the second half. And before the second half even starts, we hear bad news that Mudryk gets an injury. And yeah, I don't know how long he's out for. I haven't seen any news on it yet. It'll probably come out after I've uploaded this video. But Mudryk is injured. And you know what the thing is, this really gets on my nerves now. And I've been saying it for a while. Every time a player is racking up form at our club, they get an injury out of nowhere. Carney Chukwuemeka gets his first ever goal for Chelsea and has a great game against West Ham, gets injured before half-time. Mudryk gets his first goal for Chelsea, playing decent, you know what I mean? Maybe something to build upon if he played the whole game. Who knows, he could have got 2 goals. Gets injured at half-time. What is going on? What's going on? But yeah, Mason comes on for him in the second half, and I've got to be honest, second half, we kind of took our foot off the gas. We didn't have as many good chances. When we did have good chances, we wouldn't attack as well as we did in the first half, you know what I mean? As ferociously and stuff like that. We definitely took our foot off the gas. If we kept going at the same pace as we did in the first half, who knows, it could have been 3 or 4. But I think we were saving our energy ready for this Saturday when we play against Burnley, which it's a bit of a negative in my opinion, because I think we should be attacking from the get-go. No mercy. Get a 10-0. You know what I mean? Get a 10-0. Fulham were there for a 5-0 thrashing today. You know what I mean? They bent right over. You know what I mean? They did. And they were ready for it, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm kind of annoyed on that behalf. But especially when Broja came off. Broja came off injured, but he looks like he was fine walking off. Maybe it's just precautionary. I'm hoping he's not injured, because that's 2 injuries if so. And that's before we get into something else in a second as well. As soon as Broja came off and we brought Sterling on, there was no even foot off the gas. I don't even know what the word was, but there was no attacking outlet at all. As soon as you bring Sterling on as that false 9, it was done. Game was finished, wrapped up. It's like Obi Mikel, but backwards. When Obi Mikel used to come on for Chelsea, you know what I mean, we was not conceding a goal. Game was wrapped up, game was done. You know what I mean? It's the opposite for Sterling. He comes on, the game's wrapped up, but we're not scoring any goals. That's how it is. You know what I mean? It's the opposite. But yeah, and towards the end of the game, this is another thing that I'm a bit worried about. Caicedo comes off injured. Right at the end of the game, Caicedo comes off injured, and this one worries me, because it wasn't like a Broja where, he was walking off fine, maybe it was precautionary, or Mudryk where it didn't look like he was injured at all, but at half-time, apparently he picked up an injury, I don't know. So, Mudryk and, Mudryk and Broja could be precautionary. Caicedo looked injured, he was wobbling off, he looked hurt. And that's a big, big miss if that's the case. And I just know, as soon as I upload this video, it's going to be like a 3-month injury. You watch. It's going to be like a 3-month injury. It's ridiculous. So, yeah. But yeah, overall, really good game. I'm really happy we picked up the 3 points. It's, again, for the mentality, it's big. It's big for us for the mentality. It's a confidence boost, hopefully, going into the Burnley game. And again, a Burnley game, it's another winnable game. Burnley are a good side. Let's not underestimate Burnley. But they're not better than Fulham, in my opinion. I think Fulham are a better team. And we kind of dealt with Fulham quite easily today. They weren't that, we dealt with them quite easily. They didn't really get any of that. They didn't really trouble. This is what I was trying to find the words. They weren't rolling off the tongue. They didn't really trouble out Sanchez that often. I don't think they didn't have a really troubling shot today. And yeah, so I'm really happy we picked up 3 points. Hopefully now when we go and play Burnley, like I said, even more of an easier 3-pointer in my opinion. Again, that's more confidence coming to the harder fixtures, which that's hard. You know what I mean? So yeah. Getting that we flipping won. And yeah, let's move on to player ratings then before we end the video. Player ratings. Sanchez didn't really have to do much defensively. We was really solid. I'd say probably a 6. No, 5.5 because his distribution was a little bit poor today. His distribution was poor, but when he was called upon, he made a couple of saves. Like I said, they weren't threatening us really, but when he was called upon, he was called upon. Off the right back, Cucurella, Wasp. He's the Wasp man. You got Spider-Man, you got Ant-Man, there's Wasp man. You know what I mean? He was brilliant today. Again, I'm not going to lie, Cucurella was brilliant today. Going forward, he's not really a threat, but defensively, he's straight on you. He's straight on you like he's like a zombie. You know what I mean? Like a World War Z zombie. Get him in. He needs to play next week as well. With Gusto still out and Reece James still out, get Cucurella right back. He's a stonewall starter for me at the moment. I can't even lie on saying this. Disasi, I didn't give Cucurella a rating. Cucurella was a 6. He was a 6. Disasi was solid. Not the best, but again defensively we wasn't really troubled. But Disasi I would say was like 6. Thiago Silva the same. I think he was a 6. Actually 5.5 because he was making more mistakes than Disasi. Colwell left back. A bit disappointed he was playing left back. I wanted him to play centre back and Thiago Silva to be dropped, in my opinion. But we picked up 3 points, so who gives a crap? You know what I'm saying? But Colwell was still solid. Got an assist as well, so I'll give him a 6.5. Enzo Fernandez, I think, was really good as well. His passes, I always say it, or every time I'm giving player ratings, I always say it. He could pick a pass out like a needle through an eye, you know what I mean? He can find passes we can't even think about, and he's still so young. In 2 years' time, he's going to be unbelievable. I would say he was a 6, though. I think he was a 6. Caicedo was nearly my man of the match. Actually, I would probably say Caicedo was my man of the match. Or actually, I don't know. I say Caicedo was a 6.5. I think he was really solid, and I'm praying that this injury that he's got is not bad. I'm praying it isn't. Then we have Cole Palmer off the right wing. An assist. Got tired in the second half. I think his legs were going in the second half. But first half, I called it yesterday. I said he will get a goal or an assist today. He's had 2 starts for Chelsea and he's got 2 assists. For me, he was a 7 today. He was a 7. Every time he got the ball, he was always creating. So I'll go with a 7. Mudryk off the left wing, I would say was a 6.5. I think he was positive in some aspects, but then sometimes he lets himself down by over touching it or over passing it. Do you know what I mean? I think he overthinks a bit too much, but he got his first Chelsea goal, so I'm praying his injury isn't serious as well. So I would say Mudryk was a 6.5. Gallagher, I agree with what the TV said today. I think he was man of the match, actually. Now I look back on it, I think he was man of the match. Again, he's like the Cucurella in Cam in the midfield. He's a wasp. He's always on you. He's always giving 100%. Technically, he's got so much better this season, I can't lie. For me, he's a 7. I think I don't know who's man of the match between him and Cole Palmer, but I think because Gallagher played more minutes than Palmer, I said I'll just give it Gallagher by a little bit. So yeah, and then Broja as a strike up top. Broja was good. Like I said, the miss he did when he went around the keeper was pitiful. There was 3 Fulham defenders in front of him, but it was still pitiful. I would say Broja got a goal. I'll give him a 6. I'll give him a 6 because he's not like Jackson, you know what I mean? When you need him to, he can't drop back and win the ball back, and he can't dribble, and he can't link up as well as Jackson, do you know what I mean? So I'll give him a 6. Yeah, we pick up 3 points. Come on. I'm happy. I'm happy. We go up to 8 points. It means we go up to 12 or something now. But all that matters is, let's get a run of games. Let's keep going. Let's keep building on the confidence. And let's get behind the lads. Let's go for this now. Late title charge. Title charge is on. Oh, but yeah. Hopefully you've all enjoyed. Oh, before I quickly get into it, the referee. You're a disgrace. Disgrace. I'm sorry, this one bloke came on for Fulham, their striker, when Raul Jimenez came off. He came on and straight away, the thing he'd done, Thiago Silva turned him. He elbows him like he's sticking a knife into his neck. Nothing given. I kid you not. It was borderline nearly a punch to the back of the neck. Goes to the AR and they're doing nothing. You hear nothing from them. If that's a Liverpool or a United game, and it happened to a Liverpool or United player, it would be VAR, red card, and everything like that. Or like if they didn't accidentally give it, they'd issue out an apology. They won't issue out an apology to us. They won't. Poor refereeing again in another Chelsea game. Again, refereeing standards in this country are in the bin. In the bin. Honestly, worst referees. Worst referees. So yeah, that's all I've got to say on that behalf. And I think Mudryk should have got some minutes. Oh, I didn't do the subs. I'm all over the place. I'm just happy we got 3 points. Matson came on, didn't really make an impact. 4.5. Sterling came on, was atrocious. 2.5, honestly. And then the Ugachukwu came on quite late, but I'll give him a 4.5. Madueke and this youth player, I don't know who he is, but this youth player came on with 1 minute to go. I can't really rate them. But what I will say is, Madueke should have came on for Palmer, in my opinion. Palmer, when he started to get tired around the 65th, 70th minute when he came off, he was looking tired. If he wasn't looking tired, you'd keep him on, but he was looking tired. Madueke should have came on, man. Should have came on. But yeah, I'm hoping he gets some more minutes soon because Madueke is a top player. So yeah, let's go. 3 points in the bag. We move up the table and let's build on this. Let's fucking build on this. So yeah, take care all. Like and subscribe, bell notification on so you're notified every time I upload a video. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about today's result. And yeah, take care all. And yeah, see you in the next video. Peace. Come on!